So hello and welcome to Boss Battle Round 22. This should be a fun one, and I think I should probably say, not that anybody would notice that, but this has definitely not happened before at any stage. Um, definitely not. But yeah, I'm Goron, and I am here with Kat. How are you, Kat?
You went a little bit fast there.
Yeah, I did. I was like, how are you guys? I can't do that noise. I'm sorry. I'm not a skeleton yet. Um, but yeah. Let me see. So, yeah, shall we get into it?
Yes.
So, matchup today is on the left side, Volvagia, on the right side, Bongo Bongo. Again, two very good bosses. Volvagia, Health C, Power D, Intelligence B, Mobility S, Flame Breath B, Fire Affinity B. I mean, Volvagia has some good abilities up their arsenal, effectively. And yeah, that Intelligence B, Mobility S is quite good. What do you think?
Yeah. Every time, stat book, no matter where that stat book is, when you see something S, that should be taken into consideration.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough for Bongo Bongo to be able to catch Volvagia here. And well, I mean, we'll see later what happens, really. So, with Bongo Bongo, Health A, Power B, Intelligence B, Mobility B, Dark Affinity A, Invisibility A. I mean, we've seen it before, we'll see it again. Bongo Bongo has just great abilities, great stats all around. I mean, yeah, nothing bad here. Everything's good. Um, you've just got to think how Bongo Bongo might be able to win this. The intelligence definitely gives Bongo Bongo that capability, but that mobility deficit again compared to Volvagia may be something deciding. What do you think, Kat?
Yeah, Bongo Bongo's arsenal is very, very strong. And it will give run for once, money for every matchup with Bongo Bongo,
Yeah,
but an S stat is an S stat, so
yeah. We'll just have to see. Well, then we go back here. So, just a few things to really talk about here. The first thing is who would be Volvagia and who would be Bongo Bongo in this matchup? Cat?
I have a weird feeling that this conversation had been held before.
Nah, it definitely hasn't. But yeah, if it had, then I would definitely know the answer on this one. So maybe I do, maybe I don't. Enlighten me.
Enlighten you.
Mm.
Well, if one wants to be enlightened, maybe one should try the path of fire.
Okay, I guess I'm being Volvagia there, and you're being Bongo Bongo. Now,
Indeed.
this. Oh. But the second thing about all this is how is the. Well, how is the world going to be created? How is the room going to be created? And again, I feel like this has been discussed before, Kat. Um, would you like to say what's in my head right now, Kat?
So, in your head, the arena is split in twine pretty much 50-50 in the middle.
Yep. And on one half, there will be a few, well, lava hidden spots that Volvagia can sink into. And Bongo Bongo will sadly have a miniature bongo tonight. Not the full size bongo, so sad times, really. And the next thing, because I do have to say this, is we have to decide who wins and with what probability effectively. And, well, furious typing is definitely happening on my part, Cat, as you can see. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So in that case, we are ready. We are set right here. Yeah. So what happens is these two worlds meld into one another, and Volvagia sees some form of specter. Like I said, there's a lot of light in the fire temple, so a bit of Bongo Bongo can be seen, and Volvagia does have a good intelligence stat, so could make out something in the distance. Bongo Bongo sees Volvagia clearly, of course, roughly about the same time, and because of that difference right there, Bongo Bongo gets the first action.
And Bongo's first action is the most important, and that is play the bongos.
Okay. So Bongo Bongo is playing the bongos. Volvagia is like, well, what enemy ruins my lair? Looks down and sees at the bongo playing and fires flame breath towards the bongo. Roughly where the hands are, but well, yeah. What do you do?
Well, Bongo don't like the look of that, and gives it a slap.
Okay. So in doing so, because the fire was aimed roughly in the direction, we count that as a miss on Volvagia's part. I believe that's okay, but with regards to slap on Volvagia, Volvagia would probably evade that as well. Are we happy with that?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So, Volvagia would evade first, and then, well, we'll probably think, okay, there's something up with this. Maybe there's a, main body somewhere, and try to aim, well, a bit up from where the bongos are being hitted. Sorry, where the bongos were hit. Sort of that last location. And hopefully towards some form of specter that Volvagia may see. What does Bongo Bongo do?
Well, Bongo does not like another spear of fire coming forth. Would lean to the side and want to go for a clap attack.
Okay. Yeah, so Bongo Bongo doing that. Again, Volvagia doesn't really see Bongo Bongo in this one. So it means that the attack, even if it would sort of graze it, we'll just say it misses due to Bongo Bongo actually moving out of the way a bit. And well, Volvagia, due to that high mobility, is going to evade the clap attack effectively. Are we happy with that again, Cat?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay then. So, Volvagia moves again. And I'm just trying to think what Volvagia would be doing right here. Yeah, let's say that Volvagia decides to dive underneath one of the lava pools right now. Just, it's like, I need to recollect my senses, figure out what's going on. So Volvagia is going to be doing a bit of hiding here. What does Bongo Bongo do?
Bongo sees a game. Bongo sees a whack-a-mole.
By the way, we haven't discussed this, but let's say there's about six, six possible, holes that Bongo Bongo can hit. Bongo Bongo has two hands. It is Bongo Bongo's turn. You can do sort of two adjacent holes, of course. That would sort of be my count on it. Yeah. I'm just trying to think which ones would you go for, and then we might do this as a die roll or something.
So Bongo Bongo would like ready one hand in the like leftmost and one the rightmost like
Hmm.
of the available holes.
Sorry, one leftmost, one rightmost. I
Yes.
mean,
Like
hmm.
keeping hands ready when Volvakia would return from the depths.
Okay, I was just thinking Bongo Bongo has range but doesn't have range. I would say considering the size of the arena, Bongo Bongo can have them really close to attack, but it wouldn't be an instantaneous attack. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Just due to the sort of difference between both hands. But yeah, that's fine. Okay, Volvagia. Let's see, what would Volvagia be sort of thinking? Um, hmm. So I am trying to think this completely. Um, yeah, I think Volvagia would be thinking, I should stay here for a bit, just because, this Bongo Bongo is some form of shadow creature. I think in the light I might be able to see it a bit better. So, like, Volvagia is just effectively brewing, um, you know, thinking of what to do, probably thinking of doing that now. Bongo Bongo, you have time effectively. It doesn't mean you need to do anything, it's just, you know what I mean.
Well, Bongo Bongo still sees the game going and just tries to focus and see where the dragon would pop up.
Okay, so Volvagia would attack in this scenario, shooting out with flame breath. Would not know specifically where Bongo Bongo is, so wouldn't know which effective hole to go out of that would be the best. Although, yeah. So just sort of, I mean, could you do the honors? Do a D6, and if it's, let's say, a 1 or a 3, it's, well, an automatic clash between Bongo Bongo and Volvagia.
Hold on a second, because the dice I have currently at hand is limited. But I will manage one, so D6. It's a 3.
It is a 3. So, the way I'm seeing it, 3 is going to be Bongo Bongo's right hand here. Volvagia shoots out flames, and it does scorch Bongo Bongo's hand. But by that time, Bongo Bongo removes the hand a bit further away and gives Volvagia a huge slap. And I think we're happy saying that both connect. So that would put Volvagia on sort of minor to moderate damage, and Bongo Bongo would, well, would only be on sort of, I've forgotten the term for it, but slightly less than minor damage, effectively. So Volvagia, only being on minor to moderate, is able to sort of get out of this effectively, and retreats effectively. But yeah, I'd say it goes to Bongo Bongo now, because I know we both did the same thing at the same time, but Volvagia might have had a bit of stun in that encounter. But Volvagia is far, you know, slightly out of range for Bongo Bongo. You could attempt an attack, but you know what I mean. Is the way I count it.
Well, if Volvagia is just straight moving from that attack, like after that attack, just moving straight away,
Yeah, it's
I would see Bongo Bongo trying to go for another swipe at this point.
Okay. Yeah, so Bongo Bongo would be trying to do that. You know what? I think it's good to admit it here. I think I'll just allow that hit to, have hit Volvagia in this instance. And Volvagia is on moderate to severe damage. Um, yeah, Volvagia will just keep trying to be out of reach of Bongo Bongo. So tries to get further away and tries to put Flame Breath on the hand that's singed effectively. So I give it back to you. The hand sort of being on fire a bit, I think that does mean that Volvagia does have good accuracy on this, by the way.
Seeing situation turned like this, I would see Bongo Bongo at this point, knowing that he's not gonna catch up with that dragon. He will just meld into the shadows.
Interesting. Okay. So Bongo Bongo is melding into the shadows. Okay. I mean, in that case, Volvagia would just keep trying to use Fire Breath at range against Bongo Bongo, so take that as you will. You know, yeah. I think we've got to do it instance by instance. Volvagia doesn't see where Bongo Bongo is. Volvagia uses Flame Breath against Bongo Bongo. Volvagia misses. Does Bongo Bongo do anything on that?
Bongo Bongo would wait that Volvagia would hopefully at some point get near a shadowy spot where he could appear from.
Okay. So, yeah, this is a tough one because I'm considering all the factors in this one. Okay, Volvagia would keep at range, do another Flame Breath towards Bongo Bongo. Odds are that it would miss Bongo Bongo here, so we'll count it as another miss. What does Bongo Bongo do?
If Volvagia doesn't seem to err and get near the shadows, Bongo Bongo would just have to appear from the closest shadow to Volvagia, but closest to his back.
Yeah, okay. So Bongo Bongo may start moving here. Okay. Now, Volvagia, um, honestly, Volvagia does have a bit of pride, so Volvagia would probably be going, well, I need to defeat this enemy. I can't just stay away forever. So Volvagia would go headfirst into where Volvagia would think Bongo Bongo is, which would be Bongo Bongo's last location. You would have some element of surprise, effectively, is how I count it. So how would you like to do this?
Well, Bongo Bongo would want to do a mighty slap with both hands towards Volvagia to bounce him into the bongos.
Okay, with regards to that, which side would Bongo Bongo be? This is just, you know, to sketch it out effectively, but,
So, since the arena is, well, round in shape, I would say that most likely Bongo Bongo would be like on the right side of Volvagia, but like right side behind.
Okay. And just slap down from the right side. Yeah, from Volvagia's right side then, yeah. And just
Yes,
slams Volvagia straight into the Bongo Bongo. Sorry, Bongo 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 Bongo. Straight into the Bongo, right?
yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, Volvagia could still fight technically, but yeah, practically there is no way that Volvagia would get back from this, so this is your winner, Bongo Bongo. So, yeah. Do you want to talk us through it, Kat, or why Bongo Bongo just could win this?
Yeah, Bongo Bongo is an insane powerhouse. The the only boss character, not the main antagonist of a Zelda game, that has so much fear and legend put behind it.
Yeah.
And even though Bongo Bongo has that very insane invisibility and dark affinity, yet his speed is lacking to just straight up catch the wily dragon at this point, but melting into the shadows, you can mitigate a lot of the speed factor.
Yeah, definitely. Just all of Bongo Bongo's special abilities work to boost Bongo Bongo. That invisibility means that Volvagia can't really see where Bongo Bongo is attacking from, which effectively reduces Volvagia's reaction speed. That dark affinity can be used to power up Bongo Bongo's mobility to something similar to an A or an A plus, in my opinion. Again, something. And yeah, Bongo Bongo. If Bongo Bongo's health and power were less, maybe it would just be, a fight that they would just keep exchanging blows. But Bongo Bongo has health A and has power B. Once Bongo Bongo attacks, once Bongo Bongo hits, that's going to be a ton of damage to most bosses on this list. And it's the same for Volvergia. But yeah, that's my opinion on Bongo Bongo here. Let's go into stats for Volvagia. Health C, Power D, Intelligence B, Mobility S, Flame Breath B, Fire Affinity B. I mean, yeah, the Flame Breath gave possibilities for Volvagia to, to shoot at range. The Mobility S effectively meant that Volvagia could, evade Bongo Bongo. And the Intelligence B that means that Volvagia, had the intelligence in order to be able to. But Bongo Bongo only needs one hit. Volvagia needs about 8, do you think? I think it would
Yeah,
take about 8
going
hits.
with the heart logic wise, it would make sense that eight should be about there.
Yeah. So the thing is that, Volvagia could have at range just kept firing flame breath after flame breath at Bongo Bongo like what happened in this scenario. But the thing is that eventually, well, eventually even forgetting about Volvagia's character, which we showed towards the end here, eventually Volvagia would find himself in a situation that he would be able to be ambushed by Bongo Bongo, and it takes that one hit. This, again, we showed that towards the end of it, but effectively, after that first hit, when Bongo Bongo hit Volvagia, when Volvagia went out of that, effective pool of lava, that was it. Volvagia's mobility went down a grade as soon as that hit went, really, because it just stunned him. Because that's what sort of minor to moderate damage does. It really, when you're in pain, you're not going to be acting as quickly or as rationally as you used to do. It's just as simple as that. What do you think, Kat?
Yeah, I fully agree on that. Even though we are talking about the video game universe, where many times bosses tend to get more powerful when they get angry, Zelda is not one of them. When
Mm,
you get form changes in the Zelda universe, usually something is dropped off in favor of something else.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, well, I'm done chatting about this. Again, it's been fun. It's been interesting seeing the difference in how both of these would fight and, how it eventually sort of ended. This is, well, boss battle round 22 for Vagia versus Bongo Bongo. And yeah, I'm just gonna move back to here. Is there anything, that you want to say towards the end here, Kat?
Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
No. No, I haven't. And on
Darn.
that and on that note, on this one, I'll say goodbye.